Senator Singh.
Thank you. I rise to speak about the attack by Minister Brandis on the arts funding in this country. But before turning to funding arts issues, I do need to comment briefly on the fast-moving humanitarian crisis facing the Middle East. This is the worst refugee crisis since World War II, with more than 4 million Syrians now having fled their country. It demands an urgent and compassionate response, and Australia is best placed than many other countries to make a strong humanitarian contribution. The common feature of a human crisis on this overwhelming scale is that it tends to highlight both the best and the worst of human nature. We've seen the very best of human nature through the immense outpouring of compassion around Australia and the world, with millions of people yearning to support and resettle people suffering so deeply overseas. But sadly, in the last 24 hours, this crisis has also started flushing out the very worst and darkest of human nature in the form of prejudice, bigotry and discrimination and hatred. A human life is a human life, regardless of race, gender or religion. If a human being is suffering and desperately needs our help, their race or religion should be irrelevant. Yet in the last 24 hours, we've seen a push in some sections of the Liberal and National parties to discriminate between different refugees and value one human life over another based on a person's religion. While I don't particularly want to draw attention to the hateful and disgusting comments of the National Party member for Dawson, George Christensen, on social media this morning, I do feel the need to place on record my deep contempt and sadness upon reading them. Millions of people are dying, suffering and fleeing for their lives. To attack those people based on their religion, or to seek to poison Australian hearts and minds against those refugees by painting them as potential job stealers or welfare leechers is both despicable and beyond comprehension. We should naturally prioritise those refugees the UNHCR considers to be most at risk and most in need. Many of those people may be Christians, others may be Muslim, others may have no religion at all. It makes no difference. So I implore the Abbott government that in increasing Australia's overall refugee intake, I implore it to do so in a way that is fair and that demonstrates universal human compassion over prejudice and discrimination.